And bringing in a guy that, we had on the show before we came up here. I always enjoy talking to him. He's a great football mind, great family man, great friend of the show as well. Former Auburn standout, played in the NFL, was a hell of a player, knows the game inside and out. It's always an honor to welcome Jerraud Powers, our buddy. Jerraud, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Doing good. I appreciate you taking some time. A little running around, knocking out some errands this morning, huh?
I'm dropping the kids off at school. It's the only time we get some freedom during the day as parents, so I'm enjoying that part of it.
There you go. That's the next chapter. I'm getting married in May, so I'm getting through chapter 1. Don't piss her off. That's the chapter I'm getting through right now. But Jerraud, you know Auburn like I do, and we're going to get to some more national landscape things. I want to get into some DB play with you. You played at the highest level and played effectively. But I want to tip my hat to Carnell Williams. I think he has done an outstanding job taking over as the interim, getting those guys fired up to play, and watching the way they played against Mississippi State. There was nothing fake about that to me, Jerraud. And I always tell people, they say, well, why do you think the college game is better than the pro game? Well, I think there's a more local feel to it. I think that most people love the place, not just the football team. I think that's what separates Auburn. So when I hear Cadillac talk about Auburn and what it means to him, and I don't think that the new head coach, because I don't think Caddy's going to get it yet. I don't think it's his time yet. But I don't think the new head coach should be told to keep him. But, man, he's making it damn hard not to keep him around, especially the way he's hitting the recruiting trail right now.
Man, I'm so happy that Lack got the opportunity just because it's one of our own guys, a guy that, we saw get highly recruited in the state of Alabama, go to Auburn, make a name for himself, be a high draft pick. He already established himself as an Auburn legend before he even, decided that he wanted to coach. So to see him get that opportunity and get that energy and that fire back in the program, man, I mean, that's what Auburn is about. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend. We're heading to Auburn tomorrow, and from my knowledge, the entire alumni chapter is coming back,
Wow.
To support Lack and doing all that, man. But just to see his energy on the sideline, man, he couldn't sit still. Even though I wanted to beat Mississippi State and I was trying to be locked in, I couldn't stop laughing because me knowing Lack, man, he was just so dang excited on that sideline. I couldn't stop looking at him and laughing and taking the game serious.
Yeah, as a guy that literally should have worn a Fitbit every game walking up and down the sideline, my legs wouldn't work after the game. I didn't even play. Like, that's how much you walk. Watching Caddy get excited like that and knowing the type person he is. And I think it's such a big compliment to him, all you guys coming back. I think that's the biggest compliment that can get paid to a former teammate, a guy that's doing what Lack is doing, by having all you guys come back. But outside of that, Jerraud, is there a couple names that you're kind of looking at that if you were the athletic director, if you were John Cohen, who are a couple guys that you would kind of point out and look at and say, I want to give him a shot?
Man, I'm thinking Hugh Freeze. I would love Lane. I would love Dion and all those things. But when you look at it, man, the report comes out, Dion's in the airplane, he's in Atlanta and all this type of stuff. And then he makes a public report, saying that has nothing to do with Auburn. You look at Lane Kiffin, I would love Lane as well. But then, he publicly comes out and says Auburn should go hire Dion. You look at Dan Lanning, he publicly comes out, says the grass is not always greener on the other side. And then, boom, you look at Hugh Freeze, and he comes out, hey, I know how to win. Mm-hmm. And when you watch Hugh Freeze and everywhere he's been, he win. I know he has baggage, but, hey, everybody loves our basketball program right now. And Bruce Pearl has some baggage coming into that basketball program. See what happens. So you really got to find – we can't miss on this hire, man. We really got to find somebody that's going to be here for the next 10-plus years. We need an offensive-minded guy that's going to fix this offense. And we need somebody that's been in the SEC and knows how to recruit and just knows the landscape and the magnitude of everything that's going on right now with the NIL and getting recruits and all those type things. So I would say Hugh Freeze right now. I would love Lane, but I'll take Hugh Freeze right now.
God, Jerraud, I literally could not agree with you more for exactly the reason that you just laid out. And you get him cheap, and he's hungry. He went from Broadway to the local theater, getting made fun of by the high school kids because the costumes are trash. You were in, like I said, in Cats and Alexander Hamilton. Now you're over there and, just dancing for no reason.
No, you're right, man. I think he's motivated. I mean, I know he didn't want to leave Ole Miss the way that he did and, the things that happened over there. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy that's beat Nick Saban. You're talking about I really think he wants to get back to the SEC to prove a point again that, you know, he belongs on that level and he's one of the better coaches in our game right now.
Couldn't agree more.
I think Hugh Freeze would be a great hire. I'll tell you another guy's name I brought up recently. Jerraud, you just said you want a guy who's won in the SEC, who's beaten Nick Saban. You can look past some baggage. Look, a couple weeks ago, I brought up the name Urban Meyer. And Auburn fans, well, you would have thought, man, I started some sort of war here because I think Urban Meyer is going to coach in college again. I think his failure at the Jacksonville Jaguars is going to motivate him to get back in the college game. I think he's going to win wherever he goes, even though there is some baggage. Am I crazy on this thing here?
No, you're not crazy. Urban's a great coach, man. He definitely knows how to win. He definitely can win immediately as well. You know, you go to Florida, he wins immediately. He goes to Ohio State, he wins immediately. Yeah. The only thing with Urban that gets me is just his willing to be at one place and just sit still. It seems like Urban's the type of guy that might just wake up one morning and just say, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm about to go do this or do that. And he'll find whatever reason he can, you know, to do what he wants to do. So that's the only thing that scares me about Urban is I don't know if Urban will be there long time. I think for this hire, we need somebody that's going to be there for a while, man.
Hey, you know, what was funny, when you put that out on social media, Cone, everybody was like, and I put out Hugh Freeze. They're like, no, Urban Meyer and Hugh Freeze have a ton of baggage. We don't want them. But Lane Kiffin on
Joey Freshwater.
Joey Freshwater. You don't want Hugh Freeze or Urban Meyer, but no, Lane Kiffin's good. And not even that. You see the way he left Tennessee? That
was the crazy part. Like all the Auburn fans who responded and said, no, I don't think, like, it wouldn't be a good character fit for us. That I can get behind. But don't tell me you don't want Urban Meyer, but then would take Lane Kiffin or Hugh Freeze or something like that. I agree with your point on staying in one place, which shocks me even more that Urban Meyer's been able to have the success he has. He like wins right away and then leaves a team. And this is like with the Buckeyes, Jim Tressel left a great program there. He was able to pick up right off the bat. But you know, when you were looking at the way Florida was or what he did with Utah, he clearly
Bowling
can win.
Green?
I mean, look, the guy can just win.
All right, Jerraud, we're going to go straight to the fans here, aka the Booster Club. Texas Ed wants to know, given the strength of the SEC, how far behind the eight ball does the wrong hire set Auburn back as a program?
Man, I think it sets us back tremendously if we miss on this one. I mean, you just got to look around you. I mean, we got Georgia in our backyard, Alabama in our backyard. Now you look at Tennessee that's right down the road and what they're doing.
LSU.
I mean, we can't. LSU, we can't miss because we see other schools making hires, and within a year or two, they're turning that thing around. I mean, you look at Tennessee with Heupel, man, he was put in a tough situation. Late hire, the program is dysfunctional, all these things, and then all of a sudden you blink two eyes, and they're one of the better programs in the country right now. He's doing a tremendous job. So I think we're done with the excuses on the hiring. Now it's about the boosters and the people that making decisions, because everybody know about Auburn and everybody that's making decisions for Auburn. It's time that we get on the same page and get it right, man. We can't miss with this hire because in real time, things are happening now. We don't know what's the future with the NIL and recruiting and all this thing. Everything's like wild, wild west right now, and Auburn's in a great spot. You look at the new football facility that we got opening, and then when it comes to NIL money, we're one of the better schools in the country that's doing the NIL thing. So if you get the right hire right now, man, it can really blossom the football program along with all the other programs that's doing a good job at Auburn right now.
Definitely. Well, Jerraud, man, I really appreciate you taking some time. I know you're a busy guy. You know how much respect I got for you, my friend. We've talked for a while now. Wish I could head down there and see you guys this weekend, but I'm sure we'll link up soon.
Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Hey, and I like the upgrade. We can tell you guys are getting money now. Last time we talked,
there we go.
You get money like you.
Now I'm looking at the spread. Hey.
I'm broke.
We need a Jerraud jersey.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need a Jerraud jersey in here. We're gonna get one. We appreciate it, buddy. The best Powers since Austin.
I'll send you one.
Yeah, send us one. Appreciate you, my friend.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like that content, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.